I'd like to say hi to everybody, talk a little bit today about what's happening in the town of Amherst, what's been happening and where we're going. As all of you are aware, for the past couple of weeks we've been actively engaged dealing with the outcomes of COVID-19 in the town. A couple of weeks ago we had to undertake a process of emergency declaration, setting up an emergency operations center at our new community policing and training facility on Bailey. And we've been operating in a mindset that was really about pulling parts of town government apart, and in some cases holding services back, in some cases knowing that we needed vital services to continue, finding new ways to offer those services and to continue to move this town forward. So we're operating in a little bit of a virtual government realm right now. As many people are aware, we currently have an influx of Meals on Wheels, people who are needing meals, who may have gone to congregate dining at our senior center, seniors who may have a lack of options and who may be living in social isolation. We are, as a town, able to meet the demands of our community. We have displaced rec department and highway department people currently assisting the Meals on Wheels program out of our senior center. We are keeping people fed. We are keeping people in contact in terms of telecommunications. We've had good access and contact with our seniors. We're setting up phone banking so that we can check in and do wellness checks on seniors throughout the town, and we're going to continue to do that through the duration of this issue. When I talk about government operating virtually, most of our staff has been working remotely and from home. We are currently accepting still and working our way through new building permits, issuing C of Os, doing inspections. All of the plan review and document review is being done remotely. Inspectors are by appointment only, and we're asking everybody to call our building department for questions they may have regarding projects. We've had to reinvent service delivery in a number of fronts. Currently, we are looking at, we've been dealing with bids, bid openings, and bid acceptance by appointment. We're asking people to bring their bids in between certain hours. We are awarding contracts. We are still moving forward with the operations of the town. Ultimately, we have a long way to go, and we know that from what the governor's told us that we still have a ways to go before this issue peaks and before we see a peak in cases throughout the town of Amherst and throughout the region. As we move towards that peak, we expect the intensity of issues to creep up. We're going to see more cases. We're going to see more fear, more anxiety. We have the ability to get people who have anxiety, who have fear, who have questions help. There are links from our website to Erie County, to various agencies who can provide counseling services, who can provide services in terms of social services to families who may need it. Ultimately, we're all in this together. And as a town, we've been successful in the past confronting problems and taking on catastrophes. This will be no different. We know that small businesses are hurting and will be hurting throughout this and throughout its reopening and throughout their next evolution. We are making resources available where we can. Our IDA is available by phone. All of our IDA employees are working remotely. The Chamber of Commerce, the IDA, and my administration have partnered in creating website off of IDA's homepage for small business resource. We'll continue to update that as more resources become available. We'll continue to offer town assistance in accessing those resources, and we'll continue to put plans together to make sure our small businesses are as successful as they can be once we get away from this situation. We have a long way to go, but we know that by working together and following practical rules, we can all help flatten the curve. I'm impressed and continue to be proud of the resolve of our community and our school districts to work from home, to commit to staying within immediate family circles, to continue to stay within immediate household circles, to support and look after one another in spite of social distancing, to maintain appropriate social distancing. We have had to sign our playgrounds for no use. We're asking everybody, encourage your kids to walk and go through parks with you. Keep them away from congregation. Keep them away from group activity. If we can do this, and we can do this over the next month and a half or so, then we're going to be in a better place ultimately. I know that there's a lot of little leagues and a lot of kids soccer and youth sports that are looking to start up and can't wait to get out on fields. And my family is no different. What we're asking all of the leagues and participatory groups to do is to continue communication with your players, continue communication with your families, continue to give people ways to get better and to practice in isolation right now. And then ultimately, coming summer months are going to be full of a lot of youth sports and youth activities as we break away from the grip of COVID-19. The town will be prepared when the time comes to reopen. The town will be prepared to work with our businesses and our residents on active recovery. Though we don't know when that is, we are as a town putting together staggered reopening plans, recovery schedules. We're looking at issues within our education sectors, issues within our business communities, issues within our economics realities of the town, budgetary constraints, future budgetary issues arising from this, and taking all of those into consideration as we move forward. We are not going to miss items because we were lacking preparedness on reopening, and so we do look forward to the day where we can say the town is fully open for business, and we look forward to having a successful 2020 in spite of all of this and in spite of what can happen over the next month, 2 months, or 3 months. Ultimately, big projects that were previously announced will continue. We're still working on improving and updating our West Side Interceptor so that we can relieve sewer pressure and sewer problems through the west side of the town. We're moving forward with water line projects. We'll move forward with sewer lining projects. We're going to continue to move forward in our quest to build a Central Park at Westwood. We're going to continue to put together plans for South Campus and the Boulevard Mall. We continue to have active dialogues with all of our partner agencies, with all of our partner development community, and we look forward to a wonderfully successful year to come. I ask everybody for your patience. I thank everybody for your commitment to work as a community to overcome this challenge, and I look forward to being able to celebrate a victory in the not too distant future. Thank you, everyone.